Another midweek session here. Election based, eh? Kind of came up randomly in voice, so might as well do it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. All right. Well, I'll let you. I'll let you drive the ship here. Obviously,
So,
first thing I want to say though before we get started is next year we got to do or next not next year. Next time we have this kind of situation, we probably should do it the week before. Um, just because so we're on the other side of it, but because you kind of got a little cheat page, I think, even with this morning of some of the things that are happening. So um,
oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah. No,
uh,
I mean, well, what I will say, like, even if you look, if you kind of project back and like take a step back on this, crypto especially,
sure,
we've been on those, and it's like you want to get a piece of these. And my whole thing with that, and I'll start with that sector, was I wanted to be careful with coin in particular that I was going to go into it hedged. I had an average at 165 in shares. Happy with that. And that could really go either way. And I think even if it looked like Trump was going to win, but it wasn't definitive, you would not have seen the reaction that you saw today in that sector, like at all. Maybe would have even just completely sold off. So there was good follow through there, and a lot of those, I mean, are still hitting pivots we've seen before. There's still a lot of
nothing
trades there.
nothing special.
Yeah, yeah,
Some are still
yeah. I
in,
mean,
some are still inside of a zone. Even I mean, they really haven't even broke out to like the high pop. So there's, I mean, if it's gonna if we're gonna get, and it's a question I would have for you, if we're gonna get that 100K thing, even in the next 6 months, um, yeah, this sector is probably gonna be. There's gonna be some 100 percenters that are currently already up 50%, but they're still gonna go another 100% from here.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, and like with coin, I'm gonna start with that one just because I'm so on it. I had pivots at 220, 226. Been here, done that, and then it just flies through to 250, and that's what it did. That's what it did last time too. That was kind of what I expected. Thought it might overshoot it at 260. Got to 250 something today. Um, but yeah, I mean, beyond that, you know, 300 on that one certainly possible. But really, I mean, the best opportunity is going to be those miners, and I'm going to call up. Let's call it BitDeer. Well, actually, first of all, coin on your end.
Sure.
Where are we at with that? Some of
I
your
mean,
some
you're
of your
gonna.
numbers.
I think you're gonna get pullback from here.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
look on it on a larger time frame, you're still like haven't broke a. You put one of Goose's horizontal lines right there. For me, it's right in
Mhm.
here. It's the 228. I just think you're gonna pull back and build here a little bit before you check. I don't think you're going to 350. Like two more candles.
No, no.
I think you're going to build a little bit here, higher lows, higher lows. So 225, kind of 228, maybe a build area for that run into the 300s. But yeah, yeah, I think there's, I mean, just because of how the price point works, I mean, for this to double, it has to go to 500. So I just think there's going to be better plays. But this one's going to be the one that you want these ads long term on because they're going to make it as opposed to anything else we're going to talk about here.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I
I mean,
think
when
I
we get
think
into like Hut and Hive and Mara and Riot, even and and S Dig and the Wolf and all that stuff, like you're not going to own that. You're going to trade that this year and be very successful. But coin, you're going to want in 5 years. So these ads around 220 are probably the best you're going to get now. And yeah, yeah,
yeah. That's why I mean the to me it was under 180. That was like where I wanted to be with shares. And I learned last time that the entries, the really good entries, don't come back,
yeah.
and that's so it's a new trade. I didn't keep anything in the 40s. I didn't keep anything in the 60s. So it's like, okay, we'll just reset up here and go from there. And so yeah, I completely agree with you. That one's we're option territory up here to me, unless we do get under 220.
I
I think
got
that's right.
I got like minimal amount. I mean, it's 12K or whatever now, somewhere in that ballpark. But it's just what I got, and I'm not gonna. It's hard to add to it. I'm just gonna keep it for now. But I mean, I got that when we were arguing about $4.
Yeah,
So
and I mean, I think I'm not even going to talk about MSTR here, but 130. That's my new share average there. So, um,
yeah, and after a while, you just kind of
yeah,
let it go. I mean, you can add if you. I mean, for me, there's other pieces I want to diversify a little bit more. So adding
yeah,
here really doesn't do it for me on coin. But I mean, if you don't have coin, yeah, you're probably not getting much better. And again, it's the one that's going to separate themselves in the long term. We've kind of already said that. So
yeah.
um,
They're locked in to all the custodian for BlackRock and all those
yeah,
people, and
plenty of shit going on.
strategic Bitcoin reserve and all that. Like that doesn't really do much for miners, right? That's services like we talk about. All right, so then BitDeer is the next one I want to get to.
Sure.
Um, this is still a pretty fresh chart to
I
me.
did this one pissed me off, man, because like in general, we talk about bitcoins when they're on levels, and
Mhm.
like it's seven. I think at my level's like 707, 756. So I'm just like spice them in there, so, And we had 3 or 4 days this week, and 3 or 4 days a week and a half ago. It's where you just gotta buy it at. So I mean, you can overspend on it and wait, but I don't want to hear about it. Set your goddamn alert
Yeah,
at 750 and buy it when it's below. It's
yeah,
not hard.
right,
Sorry,
right.
sorry.
But yeah, so the follow through on that one is to like 12 or 15, and if we go get on a run here, I think. But yeah, I mean the pullback could definitely happen. This initial kind of euphoria. My take was with Trump that like pop and fade was what I was looking for with crypto, but his win was just so definitive that the pop went a lot farther.
Well,
So
why we trade? Well, at least me. I don't know about you guys, but why I trade crypto is because I can go on here and go to my crypto list and go to the bottom, and it says Bitcoin $75,675 right now. And I know that all-time high was 72, and I know Professor pulled a number out of his ass, 100K psych. So as long as the trend is still there, I'm not fucking selling. Like when this pulls back to 73, 72, now I might take some off the table. But I mean, yeah, let that guide you here, I think, P. For me, I mean, if your thesis is right, it could happen, in the next 3 months. So it's not going to be much pullbacks. They're all going to be higher lows if that's the case.
yeah, and when I go through our list, like Iran and Cipher and like all these people have
You want to go through it
these
real quick?
20%.
Let me go through it
Yeah,
real
let's
quick.
do it.
All right. So I got it's just throttle, and this is Shitco. $1.08's volume profile. I don't know. I don't think you get much, or excuse me, any. I don't know if you get much
Yeah.
reads on any, but if you get it for a low $1 and the whole sector moves, this thing's going to go 40, 50%. That's why I keep it around. Um,
Yes. Let me see what I got. Yeah, and these are ones that get picked up. I mean, no one's looking at their
fuck no.
fundamentals or
Nothing.
whatever. It's just like, oh, it's crypto, it hasn't gone yet, so they'll just
And
load up
this
on it.
and this has dollar
Um,
strikes too. Nice.
yeah, yeah. So I got June twos.
Yeah.
I got December 1.5. So that's the one.
That's where it's going to start.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
BITF 238 is the top of the channel. If you sneak in here on 1 year volume profile, it's right at the 2 psych. As long as you had threes on this, I would buy this off at 2. 2 to 3 is still 50%, if my math is correct.
I've got yeah, I got December 3.5. Got January fives.
God, yeah. And
Uh,
you can see the
ma-
weekly wicks. Like, it has a pretty good established floor here. We're not getting back to the 141. Just not happening.
and so January fives. That's a kind of open interest wake up. There's about 50,000 open interest on that. So
Jeez. You used to love that one. Used to be the one.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, it did
yeah,
run to 4 at one point in time.
yeah.
BTCM, kind of a no man's land consolidation here off of $3. Um, what we got? I mean, this it's had some runs before. Jesus, this is probably trash. P. You probably shouldn't even look at this. It's ADR.
Uh, I got well. I mean, I did look at it.
but I got
I got I
eights.
got
Eights.
I got this December fives and sixes.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it's got some range. BTCM $1.37 one line chart.
Which one?
BTCS
Oh, BTCS. Okay, yeah.
137 just
Uh,
broke out to the top with this
I don't
move
have
today.
options. I don't think I have
All
options on that.
right, BTDR we already did. Can
Yep.
don't search the group because I was calling this out last week just be, just because I knew it was going to get back to a buck 50. This could
Yeah.
have
So
you could have three here
leaps are 4 and 7.
and seven.
uh, yeah.
um,
Yeah. A lot of twos. I got twos as early as November 29th. So um,
CIFR off of four. It's kind of in no man's land for me, but if you could add tens on this easy.
yeah. Yeah. 10
Yeah,
C leaps.
yeah. I would prefer lower sixes if we're gonna play it, but
Hmm.
CLSK weekly wicks are gonna be your guide at nine. No, yeah, 970. 16 or better. Yeah, if you have
Yeah.
some,
This one.
this could get going
I
again.
mean, I've been on these guys about this one because their average is so bad. But yeah, I got 17s for
Yeah,
December. I look for an offering or something, something nuke it pre-market and get in on it. I think that's the way to do that one.
perfect. Then we talked about coin. Hive, just 302 to 466, so we're still inside the channel. Don't search the group because I post this every time it's at 302. It's just too consistent if you look at the last 2 years. This probably has fives and seven leaps or something like that.
Yeah, my site's
It's,
going slow.
it's gonna be a crypto gold session for people, so it's all good.
Yeah,
That's some casual viewers.
yeah, do what you're.
Where's the? Trying to get better at identifying it on my end, but I'm horrible at it.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, so I've got. I mean, I got tens,
Really?
in leaps. I got 7C January.
Jeez. Yeah, these ones are gonna be the good ones. And then Hut,
Yeah,
Hut, you already know. I mean, I didn't want to buy it over the 950, and then you were calling it last week and it was like 12, and it's 18 now.
yeah,
So that's probably 20 something.
yeah. 25C
Yeah.
January.
And then Iron, kind of middle, no man's land for me. $8 seems better, but probably have 15s. That's just the last high retrace. 25 million
I
shares
got
traded.
yeah 14s
14s?
for
Yeah,
next week. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And then Mara, 1702. Got ER coming up. That's going to be interesting here. 4 days, that Mara ER. Just to see what they're looking for.
yeah. I definitely.
Where's your
They
bag?
um
Where's your
they
bag
do own a
scraper?
lot of Bitcoin. I mean, they're the one that is most that set up the best to me with how much Bitcoin they own versus the price of the stock is still Hut, but Mara is kind of up there too. And so yeah, Mara, I got 22s
Yeah.
for next week.
And then MSTR 202, one line chart. Yeah, flow. Whatever the flow says, I'll go with it.
Yeah,
I mean, just
Yeah, 300s next week.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you get to some pretty stupid leaps on this.
Trump saved these guys on the riot because they were bagged.
Yeah,
They were bagged on the upper nines.
oh yeah, yeah.
And we're 12 here. 1060 was volume profile short term and long term. So yeah, 1060 is best level here. So you're not too far from that. And this one could have the 30 leaps, 20
Yep,
short.
I've got so I got March 15s, and then yeah, 30 leaps.
Yeah, I could see that. And the S Dig, I think S Dig is a sleeper. 185. Don't search the group. 288 is our channels, but I could use weekly wicks here. There's enough here. You could see that weekly wick established. I mean, that's obviously the floor. Um,
Yeah, I've got April 10s.
Trends. Yeah, I think that's a sleeper. New York company,
Yeah.
I believe. Wasn't Hut or Hive gonna buy them?
Yes. I'm not sure what happened with that. But
Me
yeah.
neither. And then Wolf 369. Don't search the group. Also ER. This week. God, that could be. That could be. Yeah, you could have like 12s and 15s for before April on your end.
I got December 11s.
11s, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, there's nothing there, P. There's just nothing
Yeah.
there. Yeah, so that's that list. Best ones on your side. Just
I would
curious.
say,
Just curious. What you got?
yeah, probably Hut, Iren, um, and then I mean for MSTR, honestly, I mean it's even share side. I think.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I'm not
I just
disagree. I don't disagree there.
yeah
And
yeah just the way the thinking go.
we already had coin and BTDR on there. Um,
Yeah
for me, if I'm adding anything, it's probably SDig and then Hive.
yeah no I like that.
Just because TA side they're so good, and if um, yeah, yeah, no, it's are we gonna get them all to move or just the ones that are worth a damn? I think if you go to 100K, they're all gonna move. That's just
I do
feeling.
too. I mean, it's just a question of do I have the one that went up 12%? Do I have the one that went up 30% today? And so that's the problem you're left with when the sector goes full send, but it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, no, it's not the worst place to be. That's for sure. Um, let's move to a different sector since we spent 20 minutes on crypto.
Solar.
Yeah, they're all getting hurt. Which I mean, I always say, if you're not in them, be a fan of them going down. So I love this. Great pullback. I'm with you. Um, that Trump isn't going to be as bad, and just in the sector. I mean, if you look at my EV sector here,
Yeah,
it's everything too. I mean, a lot of the shitty EVs and stuff are going. Everything but Tesla didn't do well.
right.
Um, it's just how long is that perception going to last? Is that going to be the stigma over the market until he says something or someone says something that's pro, or they do some things that are
Well,
pro?
what I noticed with solar right away, and why both of mine were in my notes is that they drop like a rock right pre-market right to pivots. So it was like 78 for Enphase, and then First Solar, I didn't have a pivot there, but that was right where it flushed on earnings, and then
Like
it recovered.
74.
So I was like, well, for a day trade, these are good. I mean, this is, just I was like, well, I'll buy into the first move. First move was down, scalp to put there, and then the actual trade starts, and just the upside, I buy a little more time, and just ride that up, and First Solar almost made it back to 200, so 25 points in one day, and then Enphase popped back up, almost got to the pivot, gave it back, kind of stabilized a bit. So I like those. I think First Solar is the best one. I agree with you on that. It used to be Enphase for me. Just seeing it fail enough to not really feel that way about it. I think the fundamentals are still better for for First Solar. So I stay on those. And First Solar 220 to 250. It's still those buys come right back in every time it drops like it did. So that's where that one is right now. So that's still going to be tradable. And then Enphase, you still have the longer range positions at like 120. Going to struggle there, I think, but it's far enough down that in of itself is a pretty good trade to me. But I wanted to go through of the smalls that got wrecked. I mean, Nova 50% down.
You got
Run, I don't know.
you got to wait there. Run I like. Run White's volume
Yeah,
profile 1160, 1190 there, so 1160. I think that just flipped here today. Is why that the 1 year that makes sense. But 1160 on the 3 years is substantially more than 1205. I mean, that's what we were hoping for. I said it last time we talked about this. Like, I'd rather have 1205. So, um,
yeah.
confirmation, of course, but I like that. Nova's a shitty company stock. It's gonna get relief though. That's too big of a drop for no relief. Did not get relief, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah.
I haven't read the report. Might want to do that, but FSLR Enphase. I'm with you, but now we're getting into that. We're getting to that point where like 74 is when I said I'm interested. I'm
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
interested. So, um, a plan for the next shelf down, which is probably 60. Um, yeah, I'm fine with that. I didn't want to pay $200 for the stock. Um,
Right. Right. Yeah. Um,
the other one you kind of have to, and run would be more of the one I would gamble if I was looking for a small, and then Nova I'm just gonna trade, take my money because it's a shitty stock. I don't like the company type thing.
yeah. So yeah, run, flow to 16 pops right back up. December 16C. Um, that pretty standard for that one.
Yeah,
The
respectable.
puts are interesting. That the puts on run stop at 1150, and so there's no real attempt
Yeah.
to take this to $8 or something. I don't think they can do
What
it.
what I like about my 1205 is it's not only volume profile, but it's a auto RTL older than most people's trading career. It's 2018, and
Yeah,
it's been respectful twice. We had the big run up to 100, and it's just where it's been. So yeah, if you can get below $12, I don't think it's bad at all. I don't know how that works on option side at all. So, but on the share side, you're probably going to get you know 15 to 40% from there. That just yeah. The
um,
20,
yeah,
11 or 12 to 20 is 75%. And that's, I mean, that's the bottom of that channel right there. You can see it hit it once there, from there, So, yeah.
I think you could get. I'd go in the money leap or something on it if I wanted options. But at that point, that's just about how much of your capital you want to allocate. Really, I mean, shares are just the same. They're going to move in the same way. Uh, the shorter expiration options just aren't. They just aren't worth it. It's not my style. I mean, people can do it if they want to, but I don't like having 20, $60 contracts or something like that. I just
It,
don't like to do that.
I mean, it might be because I golfed today, but it seemed to me it's like punting off the green, right? Sometimes you chip, sometimes you putt, and it kind of gets situational, right? You got to find the right stock that kind of fits
Yeah.
that short term turn for you, that you can trust something you see that it's just a better thing. And I think the share size and all that has a lot to do with that. So above my pay grade. For you, Enphase or Nova, more short term, better to play. Just curious.
Enphase.
Okay.
Uh, I just think you get cleaner intraday moves on it. I mean, Nova with some lotto sizing, I think it's fine.
Yeah,
But,
they did not do well on their earnings, just on the surface.
yeah.
Perfect.
And then
Yep.
last one is Canadian Solar.
Oh, what's is that?
See,
CSIQ.
yeah, the $13 area. Again, I got sold puts at 12, So I don't think you can get much below 13. And then,
You have to have 16s or better to the north. Just have to.
yeah, that's what I have. I got 16C
Yeah.
for next week and for December. And then I got 20C next year.
Good old to it, not through it, Pete.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm only putting FSLR and run on that list unless you want me to put another one on there.
I mean, that's fine. I for me, in phase gets plenty of coverage on my page. So, uh, yeah, when I see it, it's there.
What about kind of like, I guess, the umbrella of the sector? Because Chargers didn't do well today either. You can't go there, and then most of EV didn't do good outside of Tesla. Um, what do you think?
So
What do you think
we
about
had
that?
talked. I can't remember your number on Rivian. You had a number where you were like, "I'm gonna wait,"
Well, under
and
10. I think that 10
well,
side
here,
is huge.
yeah, we're under 10, and they have earnings this week. Um, I can't imagine. I don't think their earnings can be good in the conventional sense. I
No,
guess.
no.
So
830 last low. So yeah, I would probably scoop that. I'd start buying there. Anything 850
yeah,
said an alert right now.
yeah.
Especially with the ER coming, and then if you get around ER and it's holding 9, fine with that too. Um, but it's a two. I wanted to trade this. I want to trade like 1,500 shares down there at 8 to 12, and then keep whatever I feel comfortable with at 12 from the rest of the way. That way, you don't. I don't know.
Does
They're a $20 stock. Let's go there.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't want my ads to start in the 20s. So
Does PSNY have to get closer to a dollar for you to
no,
take a shot
no,
on it?
they got to get rid of that fucking 2.8 billion share float for me to get interested. I mean,
Oh,
you can't sell like 3,000 cars and need a $3 billion move to move your shares a dollar. It's
all
just
right.
not going to really work out. I don't know. I mean, that only works if you sell really nice T-shirts, right? We've been there before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
have to sell the T-shirts like F, Fisker or no. I'm not a
Yeah, that was yeah.
yeah 2.11 billion shares. So I mean, it's just too big. It's just too big. It's just too big.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I yeah I don't see what saves them besides um, partnerships in the long run, but not investable.
What
P.
about what about Plug?
Love it. $2, but we had a big ass pullback
Yeah.
to that level, so I'm fine with DCA in here. Yeah, I'm actually fine with DCA in before earnings. I think they're a keep the lights on candidate. But yeah, we just played that last week for 20%. It was in Unks notes.
I've got
$2 is
June
a great
fives
level.
on it.
Yeah, yeah. I think we get out of here.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
Um, someone's got we. It's that thesis we talked about like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, um, about there's gonna be another Charger that wins or a couple of them that win. And EVgo, we kind of already caught that ship, and I think Plug's the next in line for that. And obviously, Tesla's the blue chip of Chargers. I like Plug though. Yeah, especially if you have fun
Yeah,
putting it
yeah,
on
I
there.
like them. Uh, XPEV.
It's China, so that's kind of cheating. 976, 976.
Yeah.
Oh, 967. Sorry, that's the pivot. Has been for a while. Do not search 967. That it's probably 3 years old. But yeah, it's been the pivot. I don't feel comfortable buying above that, unless you have the magical 21s again.
I got 20C January. Just seems a little front
Yeah.
loaded to me.
Yeah. Well, it
So
runs there and then usually dies. So I mean, you can get
yeah,
that move again. Um,
yeah,
to it, not through it. I know we're gonna say
yep.
that a lot today.
Oh, for sure. All right.
What?
So
No Nikola? Sorry.
uh,
What's another one good? What about Tesla? Let's talk Tesla.
hey, so I posted December 300C a couple weeks ago.
You've been on that, yeah? No, you
So
were. It's
yeah,
coming to fruition. I think I mean, if you know how Elon works, he's already government don't like him, and he already is getting a lot of money from them. So if the government likes him, I mean, he could. My dream or my initial thought is the postal service deal. Figure out
Yeah,
how to electrify that, and then him getting that contract, and they just make a vehicle for it. I really, I mean, there's stuff. Maybe not that. That might be way off, but something like that. I really think it happens over the next 4 years for these guys. So, um, yeah, yeah. If you can buy, I mean, you should have already been in. You should have some, but I'm fine with buying on any pullbacks. Um,
yeah. It's I mean, the 300C all expirations pretty active. Get up to like 320. Um,
yeah, 252 hits different now,
yeah,
huh? Right where it ran from. I mean, that's where we took off from. That's where we were
yeah.
last night. So, um, yeah, more room up than down on Tesla. No, I'm not doing all
And
in.
let's see.
I'm not doing all in. Do you ever get Lee? Li?
Lee Auto. Yeah, let me see here.
You ever get them? We're on 24,
Yeah, I
40,
mean,
41
I got
auto
30s,
RTL, 30s with
December
your volume
30s.
profile. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Seems like an easy trade. I don't know. Low IV trade.
yeah,
Could be wrong. I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, no, it does look good. Okay. Let's see.
Lucid's goner. Yeah. I think those are the good ones. But your Axle,
I do too. I mean, so
man.
Blink's under $2, but nothing special. I mean, so there's 2.5C around,
Yeah.
but it's not like Plug where it's two and there's fives. That Plug's better.
Yeah, them and charge point same way.
Yeah,
Perfect. And then EV Go. Yeah, 666p. You got 8 still?
I got nines, January nines. I got May tens.
if you miss
So
the yeah, if you
that's the kind
miss
of staggered flow you like, I think.
if you miss the first round, I'm not against these 660s right here. This level, turn it into support. Good high or low for that move. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. The obvious one, and that hopefully opens up the sector if it wasn't on your list, but GEO is it? Isn't that the
Oh
prison?
yeah,
Isn't that the
that's
prison?
prisons.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the specifically there's like immigration stuff. I have another one for that too, but yeah, we'll look at Geo first. Yeah, 42%.
Oh yeah, yeah. Uh,
Um,
but I mean, it just opened for me. Yeah, you missed the move, but it opens up a lot of range. I mean, it's good route.
uh, yeah, I think it could stay in the 20s.
Yeah.
So you got 25C December. Um, yes, yeah, that's pretty good. So the other one, the one for me, so it's Relly, not Riley, Relly, Rely, and
Didn't you do this one and that one at the same time?
I
1852.
did. Yeah,
1852 one line chart. What do you know about that? Levels are real.
yeah,
1365 was probably the better. That's 1 year volume profile, 10-year volume profile. Sorry. Um, what are we down here? 13s. Yeah, 13s was it. But this was the established zone of probably center mass of bigger moves. You're gonna have the 25s.
yeah. It's October of next year,
Really, that far
so
away?
technically elite.
It
Yeah,
seems like they'd be a little closer. I don't know the float size of this guy, so I got one for you since we're in the prison complex side.
yeah.
CXW. Type that into your old Gigabox over there. I mean, it did the same thing, but I think it's got a little more range. I think you can still get into the 20s from here. And you got one
Yeah,
after
I got
3 year breakout.
20C next week.
Yeah, that's sooner than
Um,
next October. Sorry.
yeah, right.
Sorry. That's a have to look for one
That's,
though, huh?
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it
Yeah,
just doesn't. The volume on options is fine for what it is, but the in and of itself, it's not going to just pop up on my
got
stuff.
you. Got you. Those are the only two I had for that
Uh,
that angle.
yeah, no, I'm
That's,
with
I mean,
you.
it's a tough one
So weed. I don't know if you saw. I guess Florida had a ballot measure that failed.
for recreational. Yeah,
I
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
for recreational. So I don't know that Trump is perceived as anti-weed. I don't think that's really it. But they took a little bit of a beating today.
Yeah, they got
I
hurt
to
good.
me those are I don't really have much imminent except to say I like Tilray here. I always say that when it's here. Um, so they still pretty much bought the dip on that. We've got
Well, Tilray has the beer angle, so even if they don't,
3C leaps.
even
Yeah.
if they don't, I mean, they could ditch the weed angle. Really, I mean, they are 40 some % of Canadians weed market, but they could ditch that angle and be fine with the beer angle. I don't buy Tilray always. I mean, that's a different play. That's not a trader's thing. And then CGC 430. That's, I mean, that
That's
one's,
the one I have up right now.
yeah, that's
so
430, man. That's
yeah,
top of the channel. I mean, I don't think
I
we
got
get ads below.
7C January.
Yeah, I
So
think that's number two for me. And then
yeah,
ACB Aurora, they had ER. I didn't read the report. I was golfing. Sorry. It's fucking beautiful out here today. But yeah, 595, kind of your pivot. That's not even a line I put on the chart, but you can see it definitely consolidating around here. As long as you have sevens, I'm still buying here.
yeah, 7C December.
Yeah, and then we start to get into the ones that Professor likes, like Quran. $2, man. It just kind of stands on that. um,
Yeah,
doesn't really go anywhere. And then ER this week as well, and then Grow G. I think you're that's a good dip on Grow G. Anything below 2. Um,
yeah. So Fran's got April threes, and then
sorry,
Roji.
they're the ones I think you can like wait for. Those two, Kron and Grow G.
Yeah, April fours.
Yeah, like when the news comes out, I would, if you don't have none, run and buy those two. Um, and then I used to fucking hate this sock, but I love it now. SNDL.
SNDL.
Yeah,
Yeah,
$2, man. That's a great $2 stock. If you like 10%, it's a great $2 stock. I don't know, for me, something about putting 2K into something and getting $200 back, saying thank you. It's a fun thing to do. Um, but yeah, it's just me. $2 on this one. I like the consolidation of this chart. It used to be like we're gonna get stuck down here, but 266, once that breaks through, it's a $4 stock. Um,
yeah. I got January 250s.
yeah, what? Yeah, because they're trying to not be off sides when it happens. Whoever's still short.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that's the lead. I don't. Yeah, yeah. Opportunity. I don't think he's horrible. I think he has enough young people around him um, that he won't. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he has enough young people around him. It's not gonna. They might talk him into doing it for taxes. You tell Trump he can make $1 billion extra in taxes, he might do it.
yeah. I mean, he's got his priorities. He's very transactional. So there's no benefit for him to attack weed um, in terms of his legacy or agendas or anything. So,
Well, he's
um,
convincible
so
too. You can convince the guy of things. Like if you got, I
yeah,
mean,
look at crypto.
you could
He
talk him
was
into some shit.
anti-crypto.
Yeah.
He was just like an old guy. Like I love the U.S. dollar. That used to be his take on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And so now he's like, we're gonna make him in America. so,
Yeah, that's all I got for that weed one. Did we talk? Not really to steer us in any direction, but the DJT and Rumble.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what's your take on that? Because didn't we run to like 80? Yeah, we ran to like 80. So I mean, there is an upper range. Let me go before I say that. Let me
So
go here
I mean, it obviously like I think what pre-market it was up 40% or something, and
this morning.
closed the
Yeah,
day up 6. So it's just going to keep doing that stuff like that.
yeah,
50s above 50 is kind of an issue, but there's some ADC out there into next year.
perfect.
So
And then I think Rumble's probably the better one, just because the share side works a little better.
I mean, any y'all buy a share that's at 80, we need to have a talk. But yeah, you can keep some free ones.
You can buy some shares in the what is down to the 31 to 34. I'll allow it.
Yeah, yeah.
But nothing over that. And then Rumble, and if you do, it better be like 20 minutes because you're
Yeah.
playing a trend. Rumble, I still think this 650, or excuse me, 550 to $7 is kind of a channel it's going to live in, and then get spicy when it gets out of that, which would be like
January
nine,
10s.
9 or 10. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
the better play than the because you're going to be
Yeah.
able to hang out a little bit without
Right. Right.
pissing yourself every night. Or like today, oh, I'm up 40%. Now I'm back to even where I was yesterday. That's just mentally draining. It really is. Um,
Yeah.
you don't want to do that. You got another sector for me?
Um, yeah, I mean, let's talk oil for a minute.
I like it. I like it.
So I think I don't have a lot new to say here. I mean, this is just what I said about Oxy is still true. And I think that Oxy, you can still buy it. I mean, it popped 2% today, but I managed to get an average like 50.07. I tried for under 50, but didn't quite make it. But yeah, so flow on Oxy, still same story. It's 55C kind of 2-3 months out, and then it's 60C, not quite leaps, but 6-7 months, and I think you get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really trying not to say harsh things, but I was trying to be pretty adamant about being patient here and giving yourself room and time. And maybe this trade's not for you. I don't know. Because,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, our entry, you're going to look back and our entries is going to be like, damn, I should have bought down there. So,
right, right.
it is a good exercise in sad ads. But, I mean, I was talking, we could get 43s before I'm going to worry. And I didn't get, I got some 49s P, but I didn't get average down there. I was just being patient. But, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say with
So
that one.
uh, SOC took off today, 6%. Um,
SOX?
SOC,
Oh, that one. Yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, Reed is still the same there. I mean, it's 30 um, January. So I mean, all things offshore. I'm working on like a longer write up on offshore stuff to give people a sense of it. Because there's some complexity. There's the Gulf, and then there's Africa and geopolitical stuff. But I will just say that I mean, if you want a piece of that, the simplest way to do it is to buy rig. I still, I mean, rig under $5, it's not going to last, and when it's gone, it's gone. So, um, 7C leaps, 10C leaps, 12C leaps, all that's plausible to me.
I nailed the bottom on this one. Set that
Yeah,
399 alert. Didn't last long. But yeah, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I don't really have a top because I was stubborn on getting back at least to a 3 test, a test of the 4 level, and we got that. So yeah, that was your entry. Probably get out of here and be fine. But
and then still like OBE.
me too.
I've got
That was.
I got like 10C leaps on it.
Didn't we read this yesterday? Yeah,
Uh,
619.
yeah,
Six
yeah,
nineteen
that's
to $8 to $9. Yeah. So if you got tens, it's even better. Yeah. No, that's a plus right there. A pluser.
And then option side, something like CVX is very good. I got 175C January on it. That contract's under $100. I'd probably go closer to the money just for the hell of it, but yeah, they move. I mean, so when you get stocks like and COP is the same way. So when they're in my notes, what it means is, unless I'm just saying like CVX, I said I just buy I'm DCA. But if I bring it up as an option trade, it means that what I see is probably a 3 or 4% move, and the IV is so low on those contracts that you're going to go 200% even when you buy time on it. So a lot of good trades there. As far as the idea that Trump's the drill baby drill rhetoric harming oil, you have to understand that the rhetoric of it versus like what actually would materialize. What matters is the perception that he's friendly for the energy sector. And the people who invest in energy and are really into it or whatever, he's like their mascot. So it creates interest and hype and euphoria. And a lot of those charts are just retracing anyway. It's not like they need to break all time highs and take off or something. So there's just a lot of opportunity in energy that's Trump related to me.
Hey, run BKR for me.
Um,
I'm with you while you're looking at that.
Corey,
I'm
yeah,
with you on the bigger names, like being. I mean, they're not going to 100%, but they're just going to retrace and be probably the safer plays. And yeah, anything he
yeah,
does, any pipelines he does in the next, like even if he does it like in the first quarter or two of his administration, like that stuff doesn't really get producing until years down the road. So
yeah,
that's the next administration. But I mean, that's just how it
right,
is. That's
yeah.
just how it is. And
I got April 49s on BKR.
April 49th. And then
Yeah,
KMI,
this one of mine. I think it is.
probably. I don't have a line on here, but
Uh,
you got me looking at weird shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Real,
Kinder
real,
Morgan.
yeah, real companies.
Right, right. Yeah,
Sorry,
I got 30s, January
just
30s.
30s. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think there's some companies in that sector like you're just not going to stop the trend it's already on, and as long as you're happy with a 30-40% move, that it's going to be a safe place to put your money in 2025. Let's say, and I'm with you
Yeah,
on Exxon and Chevron and Conoco too.
yeah.
All of those, I'm with you. And then if you want
Um,
the shittier ones, get BP and Dino and
yeah,
yeah, Dino
yeah.
came
We
right
we
back,
we cover those well, and I mean, it was
and Oxy.
I was fine with holding through the election, regardless
Yeah,
of what
yeah.
was going to happen. I think, I mean, like again, I got one more sector, but yeah. So the surprise for me once again was just how definitive it was, and that we knew that night, and it just,
He won the popular vote. Jesus fucking
yeah,
Christ!
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of an indictment of some Democrat strategies
I'm
in a
waiting
lot of ways, but
tomorrow. I'm waiting tomorrow because I had Trump winning in a 25 pointer, so I'm trying to get the sweep this week.
yeah,
Hey, no one have
um,
Spy at 590 though. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. So the other sector that got obliterated today,
Okay. Didn't
discount stores that sell Chinese crap. Five, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and then Target took a little bit of a dip, but I want to look at that one too. But yeah, let's just go through these one at a time. So five, I caught five off the bottom on the last obliteration.
It's FIVE, yeah, isn't it? Five below.
Yeah, yep.
Got you. Got you.
Um, there's some whales stepped in here, so I'm mildly interested, but I just want to see like what your levels are because I got like 115s
That's what I'm
into
saying. That's what I need.
next year.
Because I'm sure you don't
Yeah.
have a 113.83 strike.
Yeah. Right.
So we're gonna have to round up there to 115, and as long as you have that or better, yeah, that's where it should be. It's big shelf there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably resistance to it, not through it, but um,
Mm.
that's a good spot to take half off the table and see what happens and see if the flow comes back in, or just ask for another read and see if you get the 50s and 60s from there.
And then,
That's a good one.
yeah, I like that one. Um, Dollar General is a little more shaky. I might
Do you have 71
be okay with.
puts? 70 or 71 put? Where are your
Um,
puts at? Because I mean that's the true floor. It ain't going below that. More room down or up than down for sure. But
yeah,
um,
the sold puts are at 75, so I don't have much below that. But I could definitely see it going below 75.
not long. I would just set the
Yeah,
alert there and buy below. What's your
yeah.
are you mid candle? Are you 100? Or are you all the way?
Um, no, I mean that's my hesitation is I'm not mid candle yet. I've just got
Okay.
like 82s
Yeah, that's not a
near
good move.
term, so
Not yet.
it needs more time.
And then
And
dollar,
then
DLTR.
Dollar Tree, yeah.
Yeah. 80.
This is to. I usually feel like this is a better company, but it's taking a beating too. So um,
Um, yeah, as long as you got 80s, it's there's no support here. But I would want 80.
yeah, I
I
got
I wouldn't play 70, Steve.
70,
I wouldn't play 70.
78. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait. I think I'd wait on these. Five would be the one that looks the best
What about
out of
Ollie?
those. Oh, well, I meant the shitty ones. I don't think Ollie's a good one.
Well, that's what we're looking for.
You're right.
I mean, it doesn't. The other ones have more potential and range, but I like.
Yeah. Ollie's got it's got 105s for
Yeah, it's not.
January.
That's not enough. And then, is it DKS? They sell a lot of Chinese shit.
Dick's
215.
Sporting Goods.
Yeah, 210.
That's Chinese crap in there. Oh,
Well,
okay.
fucking, it's gotta be.
Yeah, you're probably right. 225s
Yeah. See.
for
Yeah.
January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're 195 here. I like that, especially option side. That's probably really good. And then you
Yeah.
said Target, TGT.
Yeah. Mhm. So
Ooh,
I'm still way up on Target shares. But
147, 149, a lot of levels currently active auto RTL here. Um, so yeah, I like anything
one
below
six
150.
165 February 165.
You have leaps on it, just out of curiosity. Clear this on the leaps and you do
So
180.
yeah, leaps are 200 and 220.
Yeah, I don't think you're bad at target under 150. I really don't.
Yeah.
An investor side, and you could get a trade out of it.
I was a little surprised at this one today. CVS.
Oh God,
That's a drugstore, obviously, but
yeah.
um, took that 11% move. Um,
Let me go see what they said here real quick. Get a quick little. Miss the SP beat sales. I mean, they're big boy, but is it above 71, 73?
no, so it's probably going to
Yeah,
fail.
yeah, good. I was surprised that was your other sector.
The discount stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just noticed them falling today. So
What's
so I tried to get a couple that were like solar was obvious, and then I was looking for something else that wasn't friendly to Trump, and
is there any of those you want on
that
here
was it.
besides Target?
Five.
FIVE. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I got one sector, five stocks for you. They're gonna be proud too. So it's
Yeah.
industrial and manufacturing. Caterpillar.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Got that
on
fucking
a nice day today.
boner today. Yeah.
Yeah, 450
That's what I thought.
December.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Not necessarily something I want to play, but I'm just trying to read the room, so to speak. No pun
Yeah.
intended there. 3M. This volume profile breakout here, 1 in 3 year, really could go to, if it goes to 150, we could probably see 170.
They're pretty close to the vest on it still. I mean, it's like 135. I need to see what they roll. They roll to.
Yeah, night's still
I'd
young.
expect after today they will. Yeah.
Mr. John Deere.
Yeah, I actually posted this one the other day.
Sold off after the opening today, but
Yeah.
420, 425.
I mean, so my pivot's 402 on it, so we're right there. And yeah, December 420, 430.
Okay, so they're not hitting these too hard yet. Honeywell. The historical consolidation over the last 3 years is ridiculous off of 200 here. It should flip volume piece sooner or later. Probably has
Yeah, this
down here. Yep, 203.
it's actually on my quantum computing list. September 250. And kind of grind. Got 230s just as well.
Nice. All right. Well, you were fine. That's all we need. I see where it's going.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, I do think the infrastructure angle should be pretty good.
Well, them and banks are kind of my two. Not necessarily where I want to be, but just indicators on
Right. Right.
are we going to get like a big lift overall, and people are going to look for the things that are next. I mean, because that's really the speculation that moves the market. That's what it really is. So you want like established businesses to be doing so good that it looks like new businesses could take some market share, or new industries could take some market share, and just kind of looking for that if we're going to leg up on a lot of these things. So,
Yeah, good stuff.
alrighty, Pete. Well, yeah, we're right about an hour here. I'll post it and cap the list here. A lot of crypto, some oil, a little bit of discount stores, some EV too, a little solar. So yeah, I like it. Um, familiar.
Yeah, I will say so. I don't know what like if you were doing more buying or selling today. I assume
Me?
probably sold some stuff. Yeah.
No, I didn't do anything. I golfed.
Oh, you do anything?
I woke up and
Okay.
it was all up, and no, I just was like, all right, well, we're good to go. Yeah, because I would I've one thing I've learned um, from doing this is like the guys like me and you and probably secondary. He's in here, Carlos even. Like we do this every day, right? So we're like
Yeah.
there. We're early. We don't have to like we're at the baseball game. We've seen the pitches. Where some
Yeah.
people are waiting for the 11 o'clock news to get the stories, right? So I don't think it's fully digested yet. Like I really don't. I don't think I don't. It's more than a day. It's just going to be more than a day on this. Like especially crypto. That's a great place to start. If Bitcoin stays 75, 76, 77, those charts aren't stopping. They're not pulling
Yeah.
back. They're just not going to pull back. And then this, if he says anything, we're on that watch now. What's he going to say? Like, what you're going to get to work? What are you going to do? Me and Elon are going to electrify America. I don't know, some shit like that. And that's.
Yeah.
I just think we're really young into that. So yeah, I'm not trying to get rid of anything right now. We got some fucking killer and uncomfortable those oil buys were. I'm not selling them. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So outside of crypto, that I'll be actively trading that the rest of this week for sure. And then yeah, trying to stay ahead on stuff. I do like the pullback in solar, so I probably will buy some of those. But as far as today goes, no, today's I don't like getting lost in the sauce of big events. The same with tomorrow. I'll probably be
Yeah.
pretty light tomorrow outside of like setting some alerts and looking for pullbacks. because I don't like the getting lost in the big events. I like looking at the big picture, not let the big event kill my mindset or what I think.
And yes, and I will say that like semiconductors, chips are like the situation is still not exactly rosy for them. Just what I read with ASML and yeah. So what I'm saying is like so I said NVIDIA 140 test, punch through that, and that's all great. But if they capital they want to keep SPY from just running away, pulling back chips is sort of the obvious thing to do. So if we're going to have some kind of like stagnant flat type days, I kind of look for those to pull back. So just that we had great entries on a lot of those. I don't have a lot of great entries at the moment on those. Same with SAS. I mean, I Snow, like one teen, lower one teens. It's over 120 now, so I don't really feel like buying it up here. But yeah, I'll still be on all that stuff. So should be good.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking at charts. Yeah,
Yep.
no, I mean it's just how it's been lately. I mean, if either you picked it up or you haven't, like stuff's stuff we talk about now is going to be great in 2 weeks.
Yep. Yeah.
It might look like shit right now, but 2 weeks is going to be good. Just got to trust that process. Oils will last. Oil and crypto, I think you know crypto. I wasn't on the crypto train, and your entry would have been perfect if you'd have just went all in on crypto. So good
Yeah.
stuff as always. All right, man, appreciate the time. Another fun session. Um,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
shout
Yeah.
out
That's a good idea. Thanks, man.
shout out to all the people that are here. If you got questions, drop them in the chat. We'll definitely get to them. Appreciate y'all
Yep.
showing up, though, for sure.
Thanks, man.
All right, perfect.